Hello all, welcome to LTX classes. Okay, we have started the new series, that is the Hindu Explainer Text and Context. The Hindu Explainer Text and Context, where we shall be covering in detail the things given in the Hindu text and context column. Okay, and today the Hindu has covered one of the important topics from GS2 polity that is mentioned in UPSC syllabus, and the article is Twitter's petition on section 69A of the IT Act. Okay, section 69A of the IT Act, where we shall be discussing about the IT Act, importance of IT Act, and section 69A of IT Act, and why Twitter used section 69A and petitioned against it. Okay, so as I said, this is very important in GS2 polity, right, where we shall be starting from the scratch and we shall be going for higher level of understanding the things also, right? See, the article is covered by, this is Srinivas. See, let's have this question where we shall be giving the approach at the end of this session, and where I encourage you to write and participate by writing this question, and please post in the comment box where I shall be reviewing and I shall correct your answer also, right? See, check this. Section 69A of IT Act, though upheld in Shreya Shingal case, okay, so we shall be looking after Shreya Shingal case also, right, has some procedural issues. Of course, in Shreya Shingal case, section 69A of the IT Act was upheld, but there are some procedural issues. This is what the question is asking, clear? So, and I have asked as critically comment, okay, and I have asked for critically comment. See, these questions are not taken from any source, and we daily prepare these questions to boost up the skills of the students who are aspiring to come with some beautiful answers, and we encourage students to take this. So, see, on that note, without wasting any time, we shall concentrate on the given article from the Hindu editorial or the text and context page. Okay, yes, move on. So look at this. This is the explainer article, Twitter's petition on section 69A of the IT Act. As I said, this is very important in GS2 polity. Clear? In GS2 polity, this holds the great significance and the most prospect question to come in mains perspective. So first of all, we shall discuss what about the IT Act, and after that we shall come for section 69A of the IT Act. Clear? So just see the initial days of IT Act. IT Act means Information Technology Act, that is in 2002. What happened? Post LPG era, liberalization, privatization and globalization. When globalization has increased, we have witnessed one of the significant changes in the Indian structure, that is digitalization. Okay, digitalization of India. So we encourage each and every office of the government, and we encourage the normal people also to take and they catch up the digital revolution that is happening in the world. Digital revolution that is happening around the world. For example, see, earlier to that, there is, if you want to purchase any items, you have to reach the market, or you have to at least reach the shop that is nearby you. But no, the era has changed. You no need to go to the market is coming to you. Market actually shuts every day. Okay, market actually rings and market actually knocks your day. Okay, see, means the thing has changed in the form of Flipkart, Amazon and so, right? When you order something in Amazon or something you order in Flipkart, the market is actually coming to you, and market is providing the ultimate choices to you so that you can select. So are you getting? So this is the digital revolution, where you are getting the certificates from online, where your complaints are solved in the online. This is all because of the digital revolution that is catching up in the world during the 2000s. So on taking of these things, government has clearly come with some regulations. Yes, it is often the part of the government to clearly regulate the things that is happening around the world, to regulate this sector and to regulate information technology that is happening. Government has come with Information Technology Act, that is 2000, that was put by the Indian Parliament. Clear? Indian Parliament has come with Information Technology Act of 2000. Clear? So look after this. The primary importance is given to the cyber crime. Clear? As information technology is hiking up, the importance of cyber security means the security of the cyber walls, the security of information technology, the security of data, everything is crucial for the proper running of this act, right? So cyber crime was given, means cyber security is looked after as the most important thing. Clear? And they also want to regulate the e-commerce. They also want to regulate the e-commerce websites that are there na, like for example, as I said, like Flipkart, Amazon, so and so, right? So all these come under e-commerce, and we have to cover the laws related to e-commerce also. And the act was enacted to give legal sanctions to electronic commerce, electronic transactions, and to enable the main governance part, that is e-governance. Clear? Government really want to use this digital revolution in ensuring the proper governance part of the government. Governance part means here you can raise any complaints in online, you can solve, and you can pay your challan or fees or something through online, rather visiting the office. Okay, rather visiting the offices of the government, you can use online for every purpose, right? So this is the importance of e-governance. And yes, government want to control the cyber crimes, right? So under this law, any crime that is involved by using a computer or network in India, those can be charged, and those people are booked under Information Technology Act of 2000. Clear? The persons who are using the computers or the networks that is stored in India are being taken as the offense persons. Okay, those are being taken as the offensive persons. Okay, and the law also prescribes the penalties. Law also prescribes the penalties for various cyber crimes, and the law also takes the digital format also, means if you are committing any offense or crime even in digital mode, all these are covered under Information Technology Act of 2000, right? And this is most important. See, this has given the legal recognition, sir, for what? This has given the legal recognition for the digital signatures. Clear? The digital signatures, the signatures of the persons or the authorities as taken intact as how they sign on the real offline world. Means when you are coming with some complaint or something, the person acknowledges or the person gives proper resolution, and after duly he countersigns it, he gives some offline signature on that paper, right? In the same way, digital signatures also given, and digital signatures are given the legal recognition, right? The legal recognition where everyone will take this digital signature as authoritative one, the authenticated one. Clear? Yes. Then look after this. Information Technology Act has changed some important provisions in the Indian Penal Code sections, Indian Penal Code 1 and the Bankers Book Evidence Act. Clear? Bankers have this information, that's it. Bankers Book Evidence Act 1891, and it also changes important provisions from Indian Evidence Act. Clear? Indian Evidence Act 1872, and they have taken the RBI Act of 1934, RBI Act of 1934 to modify these laws and to make proper compliant with new digital technologies. Compliant means you have to follow the IT rules. As new IT rules of 2000 has come, the old era laws are being required to change to format with the new contexted ones, right? So in this way, government has come with the IT Act 2000, and the most important one that happened in 2008. Sir, what happened in 2008? Government thought these measures are not sufficient to control cyber crimes. What happened? People are using the online platforms, to express their views. Sir, expressing views comes in Article 19, Clause 1, Clause A. Yes, you are right. Article 19, Clause 1, Clause A provides you the freedom of speech and expression. Freedom of speech and expression. But in the same article, Article 19, Clause 2 provides the reasonable restrictions. Means, as you say, under freedom of speech and expression, I can ensure any of the speech of me. But no, that is not accepted in India. You should follow some reasonable restrictions. Your freedom of speech and expression should not hurt the other person, the other society, the other religion, the other community, right? See, let's take on taking the charge of I have speech and expression, can I scold you, can I defame you, can I use the bad words against you? No, right? So in the same way, freedom of speech and expression should not be given in unlimited format, but those can be regulated. Yes, so by regulation and by providing reasonable restrictions, freedom of speech and expression is thrived in India actually, and this is legal perspective. But Information Technology Act 2008 amendments have come. Look after that. Two things were introduced in the 2008 amendment. First one is Section 66A of IT Act. Section 66A of IT Act. Under this, if any person accuses any person is danger or obstruction, if he is creating annoyance or something, or criminal intimidation, everything is taken as offensive one. So here they have used under Section 66A of IT Act, clearly government has used, if any person goes information that is offensive or has some menacing character. Clear? In the act, in Section 66A, government clearly used these words, so that's why I'm using. Clear? So menacing character. Sir, what is menacing character? Menacing means something very danger or something very offensive is considered as menacing, or simply menace. So if you take intermediary, means for example, intermediaries are Facebook, Twitter, Instagram or something. These are intermediaries where they are providing their platform to express your views, right? So if you are using offensive or menacing things in social media intermediary, you are liable for punishment, you are liable for imprisonment. Clear? You are liable for imprisonment up to that is fine, that is 3 years. Up to 3 years of jail term is imposed against you using Section 66A of IT Act. Clear? But clearly, see, as of now this act is not present. Sir, what happened? There is something, one case, important case happened in 2015, that is Shreya Singhal. Shreya Singhal versus Union of India. In Shreya Singhal case, what happened? The person Shreya Singhal is of 21-year-old law student. What she did, she used her Facebook account to go against, means she has come the political criticism. Political criticism against one of the politicians in India. I just don't want to name them, as that is not required for UPSC to name the persons, right? So she has gone against political criticism. She criticized one of the politicians in India, but see, on taking off the charge, she was given 3 years imprisonment, but she challenged the same in the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court clearly struck down section 66A of IT Act. Sir, is that true? Yes, of course true. Sir, why? Clear? See, Supreme Court has clearly said that Shreya Singhal can go criticizing the political views or political behavior of politicians, but that should not be considered as offensive and menacing character. She said, sir, I have Article 19, Clause 1, Clause A, freedom of speech and expression, and I did not violate any provisions in Article 19 Clause 2. In Article 19 Clause 2, reasonable restrictions were mentioned. Reasonable restrictions were mentioned in Article 19 Clause 2. But here, yes, Supreme Court agreed with her views. Why? Because in Article 19 Clause 2, the words of offensive and menacing character are not used. Government or Supreme Court accepted their views, and Supreme Court clearly struck down the section 66A of IT Act. Clear? Section 66A of IT Act, where we shall be looking that here from now people can take the intermediaries and they can use normal criticizing the things. Clear? Have you got this? In Shreya Singhal case, Supreme Court clearly struck down section 66A of IT Act by telling the offensive or menacing character words were not used in Article 19 Clause 2. So this is unconstitutional. This is violating the freedom of speech and expression by using the digital intermediaries. On taking these charges, Supreme Court clearly nullified this provision. Okay, and sir, you said two things in IT Act 2008 amendment. What is the other change? The other change is, look at this. The same 2008 amendment, Supreme Court or the government in 2008 has come with section 69A, section 69A of IT Act. Under this, what government has come? Government has come that no person should use digital intermediary to transfer or to transmit any information that is against the security, or integrity of India. Nothing in this shall protect you if you are violating the integrity of India, if you are violating the security structure of India, or if you are violating the defense of India. Clear? The defense of India, or if you are violating the friendly relations with other countries, friendly relations with foreign countries, then your your expressive form can be nullified or can be restricted or can be taken against you. Clear? So these are the provisions that is there in section 69A. Okay, section 69A, and this has clearly emphasized this is a cognizable offense. For cognizable offense, it does not require arrest warrant to arrest you. Cognizable offences are something where it does not require any arrest warrant to take charges against you. Police can simply come, police can tell you that you have violated section 69A of IT Act, where I shall be booking you under these charges. Police simply can tell that and police can take you, right? So these are the things that have happened in section 69A of IT Act. Then in this article we shall clearly look after this. Okay, sir, in Shreya Singhal case, is this upheld? Yes. In the same Shreya Singhal case, where it has struck down section 66A of IT Act, but it has upheld, means it has accepted the existence of section 69A of IT Act. Why? Because the words security and integrity of India, the words friendly relations with other countries, all these are mentioned in Article 19 Clause 2. So Supreme Court upheld this as reasonable restrictions that should be restricted the freedom of speech and expression of of the normal people. Okay, so then Supreme Court has come with some guidelines. Why? Because here people does not have any information how actually these will work. Okay, so Supreme Court has come with some guidelines, clear, and we shall be discussing that guidelines also. From now we shall discuss what's happening with present article and what's going on wrong with the Twitter's account. Okay, the microblogging website. Sir, what is the meaning of microblogging? Microblogging means where you shall be expressing your things but in a shorter format. But in general blogs you can express in detail, but in microblogging you have to express your views and you can convey the information also in a short form. Clear? The microblogging website, that is Twitter, has reached the Karnataka High Court. Okay, that is 5 days before, on July 5th. Okay, it has reached the Karnataka High Court and it has asked the blocking orders of the central government, those should be put aside. Okay, Twitter has reached the Karnataka High Court and asked some benefit or asked some soothing effect. So what happened recently? Central government asked Twitter to block some of the websites, clear, some of the accounts of Twitter and some of the blogs or some of the tweets of the people where they are going against the security of India. Government has simply come with this security of India. These tweets and these accounts are violative of the part of security of India. So I just ask you to follow the same. And government has said I am using section 69A of IT Act. So are you getting? But clear, Twitter clearly saying that section 69A of IT Act is not violated by the company Twitter and you are following the wrong procedural establishment. So are you getting? So here it is coming. Okay, we shall look after the legality blocking. And till now we have seen, right, section 69A of IT Act, it generally empowers the government to restrict any access to any content. This is the provision that central government actually holds. Clear? So it can restrict any access to any content on the things of security of state, friendly relations with foreign states, on the basis of public order. All these things we can look after in Article 19 Clause 2 also. But these directions to restrict information should be come in writing. Clear? Means government should not orally ask the people to restrict. It should pass the writing order to that intermediary. Okay? But so clearly the act says that if any social media intermediary like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, something, okay, Instagram, if these are violating these orders of the government, they can, here government can monetarily penalized. Okay, government can monetarily means they can penalize those intermediaries by asking them to pay fines, and they can provide the 7 years jail imprisonment also. All these things are covered in this. Okay, 7 years of jail imprisonment if they are failing to comply the regulations that are given by India. Clear? Means under section 69A of IT Act. To follow this, the procedures of executing have been mentioned in, look after this, procedures of the same are given in information technology procedure and safeguards for blocking for access for access of information by public rules. Okay, new rules have come. These rules are enshrined in 2009. Okay, the procedure and safeguard for blocking for access of information by public, rules 2009, where it has said the government should come with some designated officer. Government would actually appoint the designated officers designated and dedicated officers, where these designated officers will look after the complaints, or the tweets generally posted by the people, and these designated officers actually examine with by forming a committee after receiving the complaint, and this committee should establish within 48 hours, and they have to examine that tweet, okay, that expression or that speech should be listened by this committee within 48 hours, and they have to take that request, clear, and clearly the procedures also given, okay, the procedure also given that the reasonable time and opportunity, again, okay, the reasonable time and opportunity to the author of that message, and can seek the reasons for on what reasons he has come by providing the same in the social media intermediary, means his tweet. The committee can ask the real meaning or the real intention of his tweet, okay. If proper measures are satisfied, then he shall be leaved, and the same restriction order is revoked. The same restriction order can be revoked if that committee satisfies, yes, after looking after the careful analysis of circumstances, it can revoke, or it can give monetary penalization, or it can give the jail sentences of up to 7 years, right? But here what's happened here, if the government or if the author is not responding, and it is the responsibility of social media intermediary to actually block or restrict the account of that person and the tweets of that person. As I said, under section 69A of IT Act, it provides the legal sanctions for central government to provide the same, right? Yes. Then what is the Twitter's claim? Twitter's simply saying that, look after this, Twitter simply telling that we have business all over the world, and we are following a transparency method, clear, and we are ensuring the freedom of speech and expression of people, freedom of speech and expression, which is very important in general human life, right? We are ensuring all this all over the world, and at the same time we are also following the local laws, okay, without any disparities, okay, without any obstructions or something. We are following the local laws, and in the same way we too respect the same rules in India. But here, when government is using section 69A of IT Act, it is not coming with proper procedural things. See, let's take this. I have come with some tweet where I have used X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Are you getting? This does not have any meaning. But government at any point of time, by clearly telling this is against the security of state, please restrict this and please ban the account. Means I am the author here, I shall be providing some 48 hours to provide reasonable restriction or reasonable explanation, and after that my account is restricted and my account is completely blocked, and I was not allowed to use the account in further chances, clear? That is XYZ ABC Twitter, okay, are you getting? So here government can simply use the ambiguous words of security state. Twitter is telling all these charges on ambiguous in nature. Sir, what is the meaning of ambiguous? Ambiguous means confusion, clear? Ambiguous means confusion. These are confusion. Why? Because the real meaning of security of state, the real meaning of friendly relations, or the real meaning of integrity of the state is not explained in this article, where it is providing the arbitrary interpretation. It has provided the lot of scope of arbitrary interpretation to the central government, and it can simply come with by using the security of state, friendly relations, public order, so and so. Are you getting? So Twitter is emphasizing on the same part to the High Court here, clear? And it also says, check this, From 2012, actually every year Twitter comes with some transparency report where it shall say we are following the transparency methods and rules. Transparency reports all over the world, okay, right? So in the transparency reports it clearly says, in the transparency report of 2021 it is saying that, in 2021 report clear, it is saying that India accounts for 11% of overall legal requests that are received globally. Legal requests received globally to access or to content some of the information. Means here government is sending 11% of overall requests to the Twitters by asking them to restrict the Twitter accounts of the Indians and the tweets that are Indians are actually placing in Twitter. Are you getting? So this is the number that central government is asking every year, and these are the reports from transparency report of Twitter, clear? And it said internationally we have received, to remove content, we have received 43,000 plus legal demands to restrict or to restrict the content or usage of some 2 lakh, nearly some 2 lakh accounts. Some 2 lakh accounts are being asked to block as they are using the state against objectives, clear? So this has clearly observed, and it said that from last 2 to 3 years the hikes, the usage of this legal request has been increased, clear? So, and the IT Act also has some procedural issues. These are the words of Twitter. Twitter clearly in that Karnataka High Court it is telling, Karnataka High Court, Twitter clearly emphasized on two structural problems, two problems with that section 69A of IT Act and the recent orders or directions given by the content. That is, see, government is not using any case specific rationale. Means here government is not using its rational brain to difference the cases and to put the restriction regulations or the restriction orders. Government actually should go case specific, but it is taking the bunch of orders and it is simply passing on to the Twitter to block the content. Are you getting? So case specific rationality is missing when government is passing the blocking orders. And see, and it clearly said there is mandatory hearing, okay, there is mandatory hearing from the author of message. But this website is clearly telling, Twitter is telling that, okay, how we should trace the author? There are crores of users of Twitter account. How should we trace? And even if we trace, his legality comes outside, and his freedom of speech and expression and his free deliberations are completely negated. So this mandatory hearing from the author is procedurally wrong. These are the words of Twitter, and it also clearly said, see, Section 69A of IT Act clearly blocked some of the URLs. Means government has passed restriction orders on few of the URLs and few of the accounts of Twitter users. Okay, Twitter users. What are these URLs? URLs are these are the long bookmarks, and where they can share. When we click on that URLs, we can directly go to that website or some content, right? So here Supreme Court even ordered that these things should come, clear? See, the thing is that government should never come by simply telling restrictions by using the words security of the state or by using the words that is threat to national integrity. Government should also come with some reasonable explanations on what grounds these accounts should be suspended or these tweets should be blocked, and the government should clearly analyze and emphasize the link of that Twitter tweet and the violation of these charges. So are you getting? These are the things that Twitter has come. Government is not following all these rules and regulations. These are the words of Twitter, and it is clearly telling that, see, if we temporarily or permanently revoke the presence of that person in that platform, it is violating our freedom of business also. And clearly see, and these are not should not follow in democratic forms. Okay, these should not follow in democratic form, clear? And in various judgments, Supreme Court even said that, sir, how the information or how the message should be looked. Clearly, Supreme Court said that the message or the expression should be looked from the views of strong-minded. Clear? From the views of strong-minded and person having firm and courage. Sir, I did not get this. Look at this. See, I used one message. What is that message? Let's revolt. Let's revolt against corruption. Means here I have tweeted in Twitter what my intention. My intention is we have to revolt against the corruption. But see, government uses only this revolt word. See, this person is asking to revolt against the government in an indirect way. So stop this tweet. Are you getting? So is there any sense? Government is simply telling that these revolt words can actually make stimulus in normal persons. So Supreme Court clearly said that, okay, you should look after the message not from the weak-minded person or not from the vacillating person. Okay. Supreme Court clearly used these words. So that's why I'm using. What is this vacillation? Vacillation means tender-minded, means person not having stable mind. Clear? These messages, yes, of course, for weak and gentle-minded person, revolt means one have to take arms against the government. But from the strong-minded person and from the firm and courageous person, revolt against the corruption means one have to fight against the corruption. We should not give corruption, or we should not give bribes, and we should not accept the bribes in return also. That is the real essence. This can be understood by strong-minded person only. Supreme Court has said clearly in this way. Okay, the information or the Twitter tweet should be looked from the eyes of strong-minded, firm and courage person, not from the weak persons. Why? Because weak persons, they even take the minute thing also as a greatest one. So if this is the case, freedom of speech and expression will be completely nullified. So to ensure freedom of speech and expression, Supreme Court in various cases clearly said these should be looked after from the eyes of the strong persons. Clear? The strong, courageous and the firm persons. These are the words of Supreme Court. So the time has come. We should look after how Karnataka High Court will take these things, and there are many chances if this goes against the Twitter's views, Twitter would definitely reach the Supreme Court, and we shall see whether Supreme Court is going to change the views of Shreya Shingal case. Clear? And we have to wait and watch this approach. Clear? And I think I have clearly emphasized on the recent part. We have checked from the background properly, right? And right now we shall go for the question format. Clear? We shall discuss the question in detail. Look at this. Check the question. Section 69A of IT Act, though upheld in Shreya Shingal case, has some procedural issues. Critically comment. So you have to start with introduction. In introduction, you can simply say, okay, in 2008 IT Amendment Act. Government of India has come by amending two provisions, that is section 66A and section 69A of IT Act. But section 66A of IT Act was violated or nullified in Shreya Shingal case by the Supreme Court by taking the reasonable restrictions or not complying with Article 19 Clause 2, but not the case with 69. Clear? In this way you have to come and you have to go with the body. In body, you have to explain the importance of section 69A of IT Act, where it ensures the integrity of India, where it ensures the sovereignty of India, where it ensures the public order, where it reduces the communal clashes. These are the importance for section 69A of IT Act. And you have come with some procedural issues. What are the procedural issues? Section 69A of IT Act clearly provides it empowers the central government to restrict or to ask the intermediaries to block the information of the person, and can ask the permanent blocking of the accounts of the persons who are using these intermediaries. So these are the things that have come 69A. Then what are the flaws that are existing in 69A? That is clearly here in this article article, government has used the word security of the state, friendly relations, but these are not procedurally explained in detail. Okay, so there are huge chances that intermediaries, or there are huge chances that government can use these words arbitrarily at their wish. Clear? Government can even ask the Twitter to stop some of the government criticism, government or political criticism. So these things should not be encouraged in freedom and democratic countries, right? So this is the case, and you can conclude. Your conclusion should go with by supporting article 19. Article 19 and article 21 goes in hand. When freedom of speech and expression is ensured, article 21, freedom of life and personal liberty can be sustained peacefully, otherwise article 21 is gets violated. Clear? Article 21 gets violated, and this ensures the restriction on the liberty part of human beings. In this way you can conclude your answer beautifully. Are you getting? See here, every day we shall be coming with this explainer article, and where we shall be discussing the questions also. Okay, and I ask everyone and I encourage everyone to participate in this answer format, and I encourage everyone to answer these questions and do comment in the comment boxes, and I shall be reviewing your answer also. I have come with some approach, and I wish everyone to take up this, and I wish everyone to write, where I shall be reviewing your answers in the comment boxes. Okay, yes, see, for every article there is huge task involved in this, and we shall be doing some hard work also, and we accept that you are going to appreciate our hard work also. And please like the hit button, share the video with your fellow aspirants, and do comment also how the videos are, where it shall provide some rejuvenation to us. Okay, thank you.